Hey guys, welcome back to the Community Cares Podcast. I'm Dave. I'm the Executive Director here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
Yes, you are. Well, hello everybody. It's been a special Monday, that's for sure. But my name's Chaplain Chaz Blackburn, and I truly have the honor of being the president. And I say that because when I first got involved with Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, I just was we were partnering on some things, and I was just your friend, and I fell in love with the mission. I had no idea that we gave away clothes for free and what we did, and I fell in love, and then you asked me to be on the board and kind of conned me and tricked me. And
you're like, no. Maybe.
Then you said, then it just worked out. Eventually I became the president, which was an honor. But man, it's been a ride. Let's just say
when you started, you said, Dave, it's great to just be a lay member. I'll be a member, a board member, but I just need, I'll just be there for meetings and background stuff. Oh, okay, great. I had a friend the other day. I was talking to him. I was introducing, because Jeff goes the same church as me, and one of our board members, newer ones, and I was introducing him to one of my friends who's known me since I was like 18, right? And so I bring Jeff over, who's one of our new board members and goes to the same church, and I was like, hey, how are you doing? This is our new board member, Jeff. He's a friend of mine, and this friend's like, oh, so you are friends with Dave because he suckers you into stuff.
You're pretty good at that, buddy. No.
So yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's great to have friends and partners and so many people in the community like Andrea Pelto, who has been on our show 3 times.
I think so.
I think this is your 3rd time.
I think so.
Awesome. Well, this is going to be a really special episode. You stole my thing where I get to introduce people.
Yeah, but I didn't say that a special guest, or you normally add stuff.
Well,
it is a very special guest. She's actually one of Chaz and I's very close friends.
So I was gonna say to wrap up. Anyways, I really like this organization because it's like our cliche saying, be the change that you want to be in the world. And I just want to say that I was left pretty breathless when I see the impact that we have with our clients.
Oh, yeah.
So I love this organization. I thank you for letting me be a part of it, and everybody else for your support. But today, we don't have one of my friends. I consider her family. She's very close to me, and I don't say that every episode. That's actually one of the few episodes I say that.
That's a good one.
See? No, but this is Andrea Pelto. She's on the Senior Advisory Committee. She was the chair at one point. She was Senior of the Year in 2022?
2023, I think.
2023? No, 2022. Yeah.
22.
See, I know better than you. I know you get so many accolades and awards, it's kind of, you forget. But she's also on the Senior Coalition and a part of Nevada Housing Coalition, and she just does a lot of great work in the community. Mm-hmm. And one thing she also does, which we're here today to talk about after we go through some of the events, is the Circle Life Guest House, which is a project for the Circle Life Hospice Foundation. It is the first social model hospice house in all of Nevada, and it's making a huge impact. So I'll let you introduce yourself and what's your role with the organization.
So I'm Andrea, as everybody has said, and I'm the treasurer of the foundation. And it's just an unbelievable cause. I couldn't help but get involved, even though I already had a dozen or so hats.
So I'm laughing because you suckered me into this role, and I suckered her into a second full-time job.
The circle of life, huh?
Yes.
No.
In a different way, the circle of life.
Yeah, there you go.
The circle of...
we did a float like that one year because we used to go to the Nevada Day Parade.
You did a Lion King float?
We had this nurse who did amazing paper crochet sculptures.
Dude.
Seriously. And so she made the Circle of Life, the Lion King, and we played that, and we were all handing out candy, and we're saying, the Circle of Life. Isn't that cool? And had flags. Awesome. And
that's really cool.
Circle Life flags and stuff.
I didn't tell you this yet, so you're going to find this news now, but I had a donor that got us and signed us up for the Sparks Christmas Parade, I think.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna have a float. So you gotta keep an eye out for Good Shepherd and our float. They're designing it, and I said, okay.
Oh, I wish it was the city of Reno. I'm just teasing you.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
Well, and this person does watch the podcast, so I don't know if they want me to shout them out or not, but thank you.
Thank you, Donald Abbott, Councilman.
It was not.
Thank you, Councilman, Councilwoman. No?
No, but
They're going to make a whole float for us?
yeah, they're gonna design it, and they already have actors for it and everything. So
Wow.
yeah.
Thank you, Joyce.
No, it's not. You're just
Santa
trying,
Claus?
man. That would be awesome, but no. Actually, we could maybe I can rope him into that.
So can I ride on the float as a president?
No, you're not allowed to. Sorry, go away.
Wait
me.
a minute. This position that you conned me into has a little bit of good fruit, a little bit of benefit, right?
All right, fine. Just don't hurt anyone with the candy you throw.
I won't throw
okay?
it at them. I'll just gently
Just
throw
be
out their
nice.
eyeballs. I mean, toss their eyeballs.
All right, you can be on the float. You just got to be nice, okay? You can't just chuck.
That's so
at people.
cool, though.
Yeah. So now he literally just found out, guys.
That's so cool.
So-
And you can throw out those stickers you're always trying to give away. They're actually
I
nice
know.
stickers.
Trying
I
to
just
give
have
away.
50,000. Every time I see you, you hand me one of those stickers.
I was at a wedding this last weekend, and I had a bunch in my pocket. And so, I was a groomsman, and so I just like, here you go. Here you go. And then people just laugh because it's friends or
funny.
whatever.
Right.
But
Did Jim Hunter take one?
I gave him like probably 5.
Awesome.
He was like, "Oh my goodness!" I was like, "Here you go. Here's another one. I won't charge you this time." He's like, "You do charge me. I'm a part of the 620 program.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
I donate $20 a month, even though I'm in Georgia."
That's awesome.
That's great.
Jim Hunter was he's a pastor, but he also was a chaplain with the Washoe County Sheriff's Office, and he was a part of our Great Basin Chaplain Corps. Just a great guy. So we thank you for your support of Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
Yeah, and thanks for being on that episode a few months ago, maybe a year ago now.
I know. Dave sent me a picture of him at the wedding.
Yeah.
And Jim Hunter was in it, and I had to laugh because I was like, I miss that beard. That's a good looking
big
beard.
beard,
I
dude.
know, but he keeps it so well groomed.
I know. All right, so let's dive into some of these events. If this is your first time listening to the Community Cares podcast, we are a local podcast in the Reno Sparks area that talks about events and upcoming things going on in the community, and then we also highlight community resources. And this week's community resource is the Circle of Life Guest House. So thank you so much for being here and being on the board there and helping support it and
My pleasure.
making so many things happen there. And we are all about community. That's why it's called the Community Cares podcast, is because we are a community that cares for each other. And we always want to start with these events to let you know that there's more going on in the community than you may not know is happening, right? So there's so much happening in the Reno Sparks community. Always something, every week. And I mean, one of our events actually is beyond even the Reno Sparks community. But there's so much history. There's so many things to do, and it really does have a local small town feel, even being as big as we are.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
I agree.
So let's and by the way, thank you for bringing pizza. That pizza was really good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Grimaldi, shout out.
Dude,
Yes.
We are not sponsored, but we would like you
we
to
would-
sponsor us with some pizzas.
we would take pizza.
We would give
every
you
day.
shout outs.
I love Grimaldi's pizza.
You should
It's
ask,
really
you
good.
should ask them next time if they would be interested in coming on the podcast and
Yeah.
donating to
Donate with pizza because
Yeah.
we just want
Yes.
pizza.
for our volunteers. Even that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Just give me all that white pizza, or even just their traditional. So good.
Well, I know you don't eat meat, but the mushroom and the pepperoni. Oh man, it's so good, so fresh.
I really like what's the Barstool sports guy, Dave. He does the pizza reviews or whatever on TikTok.
McLaughlin.
No, no. His name is Dave. Partnoy,
Dave of Reno.
something like that. But anyways, he goes to all the pizza places and he reviewed the original Grimaldi's in Brooklyn, and he's all like, "Oh, it's really good. It's a chain, but it's good." And
It's
so-
from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yes.
Yeah.
No wonder you
They
like it.
started under the Brooklyn Bridge.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I was born and raised in Brooklyn.
I know there's a New Yorker
Awesome.
over here.
Yeah.
New
Don't
York.
cross her.
I won't. Trust
in
me.
New York.
No, it's so good, and it's pretty good, and especially when you're there and the environment and everything. It's just fun. We're not sponsored. I just like it. Okay, guys.
But we would like to.
Jeez, but we'd like to be. We want lots of pizza.
We'll give you a letter for tax write-off.
I'm one of their VIPs, so maybe I can work on that.
You're a VIP. Ooh, boy, they know you when you walk in, huh?
So I belong to their club.
Oh my. Oh my. Look, it even did a thumbs up for you.
Right.
I didn't even do it.
We'll give that
Right.
the fireworks because they're going to sponsor us. I feel it. Wait. It's right here.
I don't know, dude.
Right here.
Oh, there it goes.
it is.
Our listeners, whenever you do stuff like that, they're like, what's happening?
I love what they try, like Jesse Coulter did. You'll see in the upcoming episode and in the future, I'm sure. Yeah, or whoever, tries to do it and doesn't.
Right.
It gets all awkward.
It gets all awkward. It's like, this is
special.
weird. All right, so upcoming events going on in the community. So the first week of the Dragon Lights Festival is going on this weekend. So it starts on, I think it's Friday or Saturday, but it goes on through the end of September to the
End of November.
To the end
Sorry.
of yeah, no, you're right. The end of November, and so it's a great time. It's a family fun event, and tickets range between $15 to $25 depending on the night you go. The weekdays are cheaper than the weekends. The weekends are a little bit more because they get more people, and you like block out a time period. Like there's an hour and a half that your ticket's good for, and you really don't even need an hour and a half to see everything. But there's a lot of cool photo ops, a lot of cool fun things to do, and it's pretty affordable for what you see. I'm definitely going to take my wife again this year. It's one of my favorite events to go to.
It is beautiful.
Have you been to it?
I have. I took Lily, I think 2 years ago.
What a fun thing to do. You've been to?
Yes, I've been once, and it was beautiful.
Don't they do, now is it still the Dragon Lights when they do the ocean scenes?
Yeah, that's still Dragon Night.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was beautiful. So what's the theme this year?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
different.
see.
Usually, I think, isn't it?
They change it up a little bit. Some of the I don't know what you'd call them, floats, lights, fixtures.
Right.
They have some that come back, but yeah, they do change it up. They're very creative, and it's a cool thing. So definitely support a local thing happening. I think they do technically tour, but they are hiring people locally. They're making a lot of things locally happen, and if we want things like this to keep happening in our community, you really got to support it. So
For sure.
Absolutely.
that's the only way these kind of cool things come to Reno, and we get so much cool things like this. Like
We really do. And I have one of my favorite pictures, one of many of Lily, but she's in front of those angel wings. It's really
yeah.
beautiful.
Yes,
that's awesome.
I remember those.
So before we go on to number 2, though, I got to tell you a quick story.
Okay.
So we were at the Aces baseball game fundraiser this weekend for the Circle Life Guest House, and there was this guy, and he's an Elvis impersonator. I think he does it on the row.
Oh.
And I laughed because I saw him. He was in his Elvis outfit, but he also had his Aces hat on. And so I was sitting there. I just got some hot dogs, and I was pouring the fountain drinks were broke, and so I bought some bottles and put ice, and so I was pouring it in the ice cup. And he stops and he goes, well, we were wearing the same Aces shirt. Like it's a Hawaiian Aces shirt. And so he gave me a Tootsie Roll and said, hey, to the guy who has the other best looking shirt in the house. But so with that, I wanted to give a dad joke. What is a Tootsie Roll's favorite dance?
I don't know what.
It's our second event, the candy dance.
Oh,
bad
dad make joke. That up?
Yeah,
Did you just make that
that's
up?
a bad dad joke. I know. Yeah.
That was bad. You're right. So, Candy Dance is a great local event that always happens in Genoa. So that's going to be happening from September 28th to September 29th. And it's such a fun festival down in Genoa. Lots of fun things to do. I would highly recommend going down. A lot of history in that.
Never been to that one.
Really? I know. It's such a... And Genoa is such a beautiful place.
It is beautiful.
So it's illegal to hunt in Genoa, and so a lot of the deer in the area, they all go to Genoa because they're smart and
they're
so
safe.
And so they're all over the place. See, there's nothing you can do with them. You just have to, if you live in Genoa. I'm sure there's probably some locals that are like, I don't know about this, but it looks like we got a few comments. Oh, look at that. Christopher Dare.
What does he say?
He said, teach those two what is up.
No, he said that to Andrea. Put that in there. He's not talking. He doesn't say anything
Hello,
nice
Andrea.
to us. Ouch,
Not to us.
then he says, ouch.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the support.
That was for the dad joke. Ouch. Oh, thanks, buddy. He's probably got some good dad jokes. He has a few kiddos.
I know.
They're all growing up now, and he's a grandpa.
Yes.
We got to have him back on.
I don't know.
Soon. I don't know about that.
Yeah, of course. Love Christopher.
Last time he tried to give us a counseling session.
He had some really great deep sessions. Like
I was like,
during that.
what is happening right now?
As soon as I hear him say, "Let me ask you a question," I'm like, "Oh no, this is going to be very meaningful, thought provoking."
Yeah, exactly. I know it challenges you. It's good. It
absolutely.
challenges me, and it definitely challenges you more than it challenges me. But that's okay.
Are you saying I'm super challenged?
No, bud. And Andrea's like, I am.
I'm staying out of that.
You guys know we're all about fun here, and Candy Dance is definitely a fun thing to go do. It's a fun local-ish thing. It's like about an hour drive from Reno, and it's a lot of fun. So the final thing is our fundraiser. That's going to be on December 3rd, which is Giving Tuesday, here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. And we really want to make sure that it's happening, and it will be here. We're going to be doing live. It's going to be mixed. We're going to have live aspects, we're going to have digital aspects, gift cards you can only bid on online. It's going to be mixed. So
swag, shirts, sweatshirts, all sorts of lapel pins.
Right.
And you can't buy that all the time through Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. It's really part of our fan club and just our supporters, and we do it at a few different events. Christopher Dare said, "Walking into a meeting, love you guys, Andrea and Dave."
Oh, see you later, man.
Thank you. He didn't say. He said, "You guys." I'm hoping that's all three of us. Love you too.
I hope
brother.
so. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's going to be a fun fundraiser. So
Wait a second. How come that is not on my calendar?
I don't know. Why is it not on your calendar?
Just announcing it.
Yeah, this is one of the first times we're announcing it is right now.
So when is it?
December 3rd. So it's Giving Tuesday, the Tuesday following Thanksgiving. And so Giving Tuesday is always a big day for a lot of nonprofits in the community. Thank you, Dee Bragg, one of our friends who is...
I know Dee.
Yeah, she's helping us get all these fun prizes. So she came in for a meeting. She's like, I love what you guys do. How can I help? And I said, well, we're going to have a fundraiser coming up.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
so Dee,
she's helping.
I have known Dee since I was 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
And an arrogant little young man at Target, working at Target. I knew her because we were coworkers.
Oh,
and
okay.
She had seen me from my rebel days all the way to Chaplain Chaz.
She really wants me to get dancing lessons. She kept telling me that. She's like, you got to get dancing lessons. There's all sorts of research because she's really involved in the ballroom of Reno. And so, but yeah, she's great. And she's really supporting us right now, which is huge. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
She holds special classes for dementia, people with dementia.
Oh, yeah.
Special dance classes.
Whoa.
That's what I was going to say. She's also part of our Alzheimer's Association walk committee, which I'm a part of. So I just wanted to remind, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
October 19th. And I know you'll be there, Andrea. You're always usually a champion and a big supporter. But that's a really powerful time where we walk around the marina and we just have resources and we raise money. And it's not just about awareness. I want to give them a shout out. Even in hospice, at Circle Life Hospice, we utilize them a lot where they have $1,000 grants. Wow. And I will give Jose a shout out in a second. I see he popped something up there. But they give these $1,000 grants so you can pay a neighbor or get a caregiver, even if it's a few hours to go grocery shopping if you're taking care of a loved one. And that can make such a big difference. So please support them. That's going to be from, I think, 8:30 a.m. that morning till about noon. You can just come down for an hour or so or join us for the whole walk. But they have some great speakers. Rebecca Kitchen usually is the MC, and it's just a powerful time. So
that's awesome.
Can we?
I wasn't done with the fundraiser stuff.
I was going to say.
Our fundraiser. Good Shepherd one.
What time?
Let's give Jose a shout out because he said, thank you, Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, for all the work that y'all do. And he said y'all, by the way.
Yes.
And I love that. But thank you, Jose, for you and Kim and the whole team at Molina. They gave us our $54,000 grant that helped us get the micro closet really launched with the brand new truck and getting it wrapped. And so thank you guys for all you do in the community. You are a great partner. And the thing I love about Jose is he really has a heart for people. I mean, he showed up at even our fundraisers and helped set up. Yeah. And just a great guy.
Absolutely. No, great partnership with them. I was at an event today with them. They were at WC Health and educating the community, giving away clothing. I didn't even bring clothing. They brought clothing. So I think it was WC Health that brought it and just gave it away. And great to be a part of. But there wasn't sizes for everyone, which is why there's a need for a place like Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. Even Jose was at his Molina table. Here's a flyer. Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. Can't find what you need. Get it there. And I'm like, that's absolutely right.
Thank you, Jose.
So it's good to be in partnership with people. So the fundraiser itself is going to be on December 3rd, and it's going to be a long event.
What
we
time?
haven't nailed down all the times yet. So
trying to fill out her calendar.
I know, I see that. I think it's going to be.
So why'd you bring it up if you don't even know?
I don't know. I Myra runs my life, so she knows the times.
So you guys don't know, Myra's our executive assistant, and she is incredible. She does a lot of great work.
I know.
But it'll be announced. You can get the info at getclosed.org. We'll be plastering it all over Facebook.
We'll get it soon.
We'll get it soon. And it's going to be, what a neat idea, though. Huh? Love it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a good event, and we want it to, the digital side's going to be almost all day, and you're going to be able to start purchasing raffle tickets and stuff for these items. We're going to do $1 raffles, and it will be a $5 entry fee. So $5 entry fee just to come in, but that includes a couple glasses of a drink, and then it includes one raffle ticket. So you get a lot just for that $5. And then you can come in, see the podcast going on live. There'll be stuff digitally you can come and do, but it's really a throwback to something that we did very early in Good Shepherd. Well, since I've been a Good Shepherd. So we had a big open house fundraiser here when we were starving as an organization.
I supported you at that. In fact, Circle Life Hospice donated drinks.
Yeah.
And I remember.
That was like oh no, if this doesn't succeed, we're in trouble.
Councilman Paul Anderson came, Donald Abbott, Councilman Abbott came, and he got he bid on the auction item. It was the golf tournament, and he won that. I remember that.
Right.
But I will say that I remember dragging the wagon back out with all my swag from Circle Life Hospice, and I remember you stopped me and you said something like, I forget what it was. I was like, oh no, I feel like I'm going to be serving with this organization that I don't have time for. And sure enough, you called me a few days later and talked to me. That was that day. Yeah. That was a few days later.
Wow, there we go. That's how it works. And I mean, that's what it's all about, is partnerships and people working together in the community. So we're doing that more, and this is definitely a throwback to that a little bit. That was about 2 years ago now.
Karaoke.
So we're not going to do karaoke. Do you want to do karaoke?
Not really.
I didn't think so. It's going to be, because I mean, with the podcast and everything, that'd be awkward.
Do some Eminem. Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
Oh my goodness, jeez Louise. So let's dive into our community resource. We're about 20 minutes in, just having too much fun with our friend
but
over here.
You're not going to cut this one short because it's a really important
I know,
episode.
It's a really important episode. That's why we got to dive into it now.
Well, we'll go ahead and go into our amazing resource. Andrea, you're the treasurer of the Circle Life Hospice Foundation, which has launched a few projects, including the new Grief and Trauma Resource Center that we've started raising funds for. But the one that's open since June 9th, it's really been an incredible success. It's something that's been talked about for over 20 years in the community. And why don't you tell us what that project is called and tell us what it does?
So it's the first social model hospice guest house in the state of Nevada.
See, she got it right. How come you can't?
Oh my goodness. I say it right. Circle Life Guest House.
Don't.
And so what we do is we provide room and board at no charge to the dying who don't want to die in a hospital or have no means to go to a home. They have no family. And it's just been amazing. You know, when I got involved initially and I heard about this project, my first thought was it was just going to be a whole bunch of, homeless people. But the people that we've served, I know they ranged in age from 47 to 97.
Wow.
and all walks of life, and it's just been amazing. It's not at all what I thought, and the need is out there for so many people.
So.
Oh, go ahead.
So when I first heard about this, when Chaz was pitching this to me, this whole concept, I thought it was crazy. Like, I really did. I'm like, how does that work? And I mean, I shouldn't, because of what we do at Good Shepherd, but I thought it was crazy what you guys are doing over there at the Circle Life guest house, and it's huge that you guys are able to help people with that dignity, that last stage of life, being able to have dignity, not be on the street, which you've shared stories on the show about individuals that have been on the street that could not die with dignity.
Yeah.
And that is so impactful. It's crazy.
It is crazy. And I just want to kind of explain a few things. So if you wanted to age in place at your home and you had nobody, 24-hour caregiving on average would cost $24,000 a month. And so that is something that we provide as a guarantee or as a foundation. We bring in 24-hour caregiving, and then we have a hospice agency that's assigned to the patient or the guest, our guest, and they come in and provide hospice care. But a lot of people don't realize that this is all levels of society, and there's a lot of gap areas.
Wow.
And so what happens is sometimes, people are forced by the hospitals to safely discharge, as they say, when it's not so safe, and they pressure the families into taking the person home. And that loved one may not be able to care for them, or there may be nobody and they just go home. And so what ends up happening sometimes is that people die all alone with no medical support, and they die in agony without comfort or dignity. They're they have feces on them. They can't change themselves. And then they become bedbound, and then they're all alone, and they end up dying like that. And found later, sometimes families are just not equipped to take care of them, and they take them home because the hospital forced them, and they may not be able to. That one person may not be able to change their loved one, and they just sit there. Sometimes there's there's a lot of people that people in their cars or at the CARES campus who qualify by the Medicare regulations as far as the diagnosis for hospice care can't get that medication or that extra support for what all of hospice provides, because it's not considered a residence. So our foundation originally started, by helping patient families with groceries that couldn't afford it, or we were established in 2001. And sometimes we would buy hotel rooms so they could just receive those hospice services. But we've had some amazing stories. One story, we had this lady, and APS said it was the worst abandonment case they'd ever seen. She was 97 years old, and on her 97th birthday, she was dying of cancer. Her family dropped her off at a clinic and would not pick her up. Wow. And so she transferred to our house and died 3 days later, but she was crying and crying at that clinic because she had been abandoned and her family wouldn't pick her up. And I'll never forget, after about a day and a half of her being in the Circle Life guest house, I bought her these purple orchids, and she actually woke up, and I said, so-and-so, these are for you, and we just want you to know that we are so happy that you're with us. We love you. You're safe, and we wanted to wish you a happy birthday. 97 years old. That's incredible. And she actually smiled after crying for so many days.
Whoa.
And that's that dignity aspect, and that love and that hope that's not always provided. We've had people who live in the rules, right? And caregivers don't come out to that area. And so that person, they had some money, the family, but they couldn't get caregivers out to them. So they were able to transfer her to the guest house, still visit her. She died with care, and they actually ended up donating like $6,000 or $7,000 after she passed to help others. And so it really is for the community and all levels of society. There's so many who are hurting. I could go on and on. There's not enough time, but there was one case, our first guest ever admitted. His name was Brad, and he was I think he was 64, and the daughter, Kayla, there's two amazing daughters and tons of grandkids. They lived in an apartment with many family members, had no room to care for him, and didn't want him to die in front of all the grandchildren. And so we were able to take him, and he had been in a facility, which I won't say, before the hospital, and they did not care for him to the point he had such bad bed sores. They were some of the deepest bed sores the hospital and us have ever seen. And so he had been in pain for so long because they weren't turning him properly. And so we brought him in, and it it was so beautiful. I don't know how else to explain it, but after he had passed, though such a tragedy, all the grandkids were there kissing him goodbye. They had their little stuffed animals. And it was such a beautiful family environment. He was able to get the care. The family was still able to come and be involved. And then they had all the support from the hospice, from the caregivers, from the foundation volunteers. I mean, it is a powerful concept. And no matter what people have done, it's not our job to judge with their lives. Everybody deserves to die with comfort and dignity, and nobody deserves to die alone. But it does cost a lot of money. And so we only have 3 beds in our current house. Thank you, Dr. Larry Weiss, for donating that. He also donated a piece of land. And so we are raising funds currently for a build out that'll be 7 to 10 beds. And then on top, we're going to have the Grief and Trauma Resource Center, which is going to be excellent for the community with every kind of free grief support group imaginable. But just right now, it costs almost $30,000 a month to operate.
Wow, that's crazy.
We've helped 12 people, so we do need financial support. But it is a powerful, life-changing project that our community desperately needs. And so, as a treasurer, what are some things that you want to add that you've seen and needs, and what are your thoughts?
So, like I said, the whole thing just amazes me. I was lucky enough to go through the training and also be qualified as a volunteer, and to be there, with these people and hold their hands and just talk to them and let them know that there are people that care about them and see what goes on. And again, we had with the archaeologist, and it's like, and again, I wanted to mention when you talked about the rurals, because the areas that were considered rural are not areas that I would have thought of as rural areas.
Right.
So we're not talking that far out of town, that we can't get people to go out there and help.
Pleasant Valley, that's right out by past Spanish Springs.
So yeah, it was
Palomino Valley. Sorry.
Right. And so I never would have thought of that they couldn't get people in Palomino Valley. And, that just still amazes me. And I'm so glad that we had this resource that we were able to offer. And, I can't wait till we have the funding to build, the second 2-story building and be able to take more guests and, be able to support the community, in a second way, not only through the guest house, but through the community grief. And, I run into so many people. I work with a lot of seniors, and, they've lost spouses, and, there's so much grief, and, those things are really needed.
Yeah. And, a lot of people don't think about it. Even a couple, when the first person passes, what is the other spouse going to do? If they don't have family and can't afford a nice facility. There are so many gap areas. In fact, we're going to have there's just so many gap areas. But I literally am left speechless when I talk about it sometimes, when I start thinking about it, because so many people have passed already, but there's so much fulfillment in knowing we're loving them and helping them to end well. It's not about dying. It's about living for whatever time remains with the best quality and the most life possible and comfort and dignity. It is all ages, and that archaeologist was a great guy, and he was, I think, 47, very, very young, and had a cancer at the end, and his family lived all over the world, so they flew in but had nowhere to stay, and so the sister never left his side and was there with a cot next to him, and the family was constantly coming and just loving on him, and they got to go up to Virginia City and then come back, and that's the other aspect is you have all these experts who work in end of life, the hospice, the caregiving, the foundation, and that's really important. A lot of there's a few of the foundation board members who are part of Circle Life Hospice, which is the only 5-star Medicare rated hospice in all of Nevada out of 103, and that's done by really prioritizing patient care versus profit. And I say that because it's about the experience, and the hospitals are great. There's a lot of great people that work in the hospitals, but the ratio of nurses to patients, and that's not always their expertise, right? And so they're, a lot of them are trauma nurses, or they're, pediatric nurses or ER nurses, and end of life care is something very unique, and it takes the right kind of people that are called for it. And that's what I love about this house is all the people there that are involved with all the different agencies. It's a calling. It's not just a job or a volunteer opportunity.
I think that's huge, and I love what you guys are doing over there. I really do, and I love being able to partner with you guys with our micro closet expansion project, building out that wish list and making that a reality. You're just getting people clothing
today. That happened today. It's a live episode.
That's
I could say
huge.
it happened today.
Like, how cool is that to see that and make that work, right?
And that lady's coming from Portola, California.
Wow, she
was actually in Tahoe Hospital, but it just shows you it's really impacting the region. I mean, it's mostly local in Washoe County, but if there's a great enough need, but yeah, she had no clothes but the gown on her back. And so I put an e-order in today with our micro closet partners, large shirts and medium sweats or jammies so she could be comfortable, and you guys filled that up right away, and it's sitting outside the door right now for me to take.
Shout out to Robin, our stockroom manager.
Yes.
My goodness, she's
Good
just
job, Robin.
excellent. She gets all, without her there is no microclass expansion project. That she's the first person that's like, oh, I got another wish list item, I'm gonna fill this order. And for emergency situations, if someone can come and get it from us with our partners, microcloset partners, I mean, it's that day, right? We'll make sure we'll get something for that individual. But on average, with our other microcloset partners, it's about a week turnover, which is amazing to say, hey, Jimmy needs size 13 shoes because his is starting to get holes in it. And then that next week, we get Jimmy size 13 shoes. How cool is that to be a part of that kind of partnership and collaboration with Eddie House, with Bristol Cone, with Circle Life Guest House, and to be able to get those very specific needs to those people who need it most.
So a few awesome events coming up in November, and we'll have the information on COLhospice.com. We are doing a ribbon cutting with the Reno Sparks Chamber of Commerce. Location to be determined. We won't do it on site only because of respecting the guests that are currently there and their families. But we will be doing that. It's going to be a huge event. Senators are going to be coming. Mayor Hillary and Mayor Lawson have said they would come. City council members. And so it's going to be everybody, and we're really going to launch the build out. We're also doing an amazing radiothon. We had a huge success the first radiothon with Lotus Radio, and we're doing it again 2 years later, and we're doing it at an amazing location. It's going to be hosted here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. You won't want to miss it. We have someone who might be donating a motorcycle to auction off.
Whoa!
We have
how cool.
Lotus is providing a trip to Vegas, hotel airfare included.
Dude.
So you can enter that raffle.
I'm going to enter that raffle.
They're going to have different interviews over a 3-week period. They're going to be having, it's a 13-hour radiothon. It's powerful. You guys come on down. We're going to be doing interviews, and you can learn more about what's going on. It's a fun day. We're going to be tired, but it's amazing. And thank you for hosting that.
Well, thank you for asking me. I think that's a great partnership, great idea and concept. We're already organizations that are working together in so many different ways to be able to
be the change that we want to see in the world. Like our cliche saying.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he's gonna do the thing for our listeners. He's trying to make fireworks happen. No. It's not working. There it goes. Yeah.
But we also have a gala in April too. Please stay tuned for that. It's going to be a black tie affair. Dave is going to be coming and boogieing, I'm sure, right?
Of course.
Of course.
For our partners, let's make it happen.
And
some fun.
You guys are amazing partners, and just please, if you feel led to support and learn more, please reach out. Andrea's the treasurer. She sees the money dwindling every month. And,
right.
Oh boy.
I know that $30,000 a month bill is frightening.
Wow.
But I will say that it makes such a big impact. And we have other strategic partnerships that are going to lower that even with the build out down the road, because we have things. But it takes time, right? Because people don't want to invest without a proven concept. Well, we have it now. So
that's awesome. I mean, it is a crazy a crazy thing that you guys are doing. So, and I love it. I love it all. I talk you guys up to some of our volunteers, some of our partners and stuff, because I really love and believe in what you guys are doing. So
thank you. I want to give.
And we've definitely proved our concept.
Yep.
100%.
There's no doubt about that.
And there's a reason that we're the first in Nevada and it was never done, because it's not easy, and we finally got the state to approve on the concept. But I just wanted to give a shout out to our board of directors. We have Mary Evans. She's an amazing individual, retired lieutenant colonel, who has her own foundation, and also, she's a big part of Giving to Eddie House and other organizations, does a lot for our community. We have Michelle Cagle, who's the president, and really is the leader who stepped up and said it's time to do this.
Wow.
After we lost James, which is another story for another time. But we have Jennifer Rose. She does amazing things. She's on the Airport Authority Board, works with the County Manager Brown on a commission, and then we have Wendy Simmons and Connie McMullen, who do great work in our community as advisors. Dr. Larry Weiss, who donated the land in the house, and then of course the amazing and one-of-a-kind Andrea Pelto, who's our treasurer.
Yeah, Dr. Barry Frank.
And then lastly but not least, Dr. Barry Frank, who gave our first $100,000 donation, and we want to thank you for getting that started.
Immensely.
So
That's
anything
crazy.
else you'd like to add, we can donate at colhospice.com/foundation. Hit the donate tab or learn more. If you would like to make a referral to the guest house, somebody who's in critical need at end of life and doesn't have resources, then please fill out the referral app that's on there. You can click that button. And you can donate volunteer time. You can donate financially, obviously. We also are looking for a really unique venue. So if you have one for free that you'd like to offer up for the November ribbon cutting. Did I say that was going to be somewhere? No, I didn't.
No.
Okay, good. I was like, wait a minute.
No, you said to be determined.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So please reach out. And if you'd like to get involved with landscaping, we had our amazing volunteer. I say Goodman, but it's Susan Taylor Goodman.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Because she got married.
Sue. Yeah.
But Sue, she's been with us at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. She's a part of the Iris Club, High Desert Iris Society Club.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And she did a bunch of weeding and landscaping, and they're going to be planting bulbs. So
That's so cool.
anybody can get involved. And Dave's giving me the look like it's getting over the time.
Oh, no. I'm fine. I'm good. Andrea might be done.
So
Look at her. She's
I'm
it's too
fine.
long. Chaz and Dave, they talk too much.
No, but actually, before we do go, I also wanted to mention that we tried to spread the word, but anybody who didn't hear, the people who were affected by the Davis fire and lost everything.
Yeah.
In fact, I know one person personally whose house burnt down. And please come over to Good Shepherds and get some clothing.
Can I just give another shout out to Robin? She literally came in to help people.
We had some people, yeah.
Good.
For some of those fire victims. And
Awesome.
off the clock, I guess. I mean, she just does it because she cares about people so much. It bleeds out of her. It's huge.
And thank you for driving awareness. I saw you on Nextdoor posting about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's important.
About all these organizations working together. And if you want to find out more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet and you want to donate, please visit getclothes.org. Hit the give button. That's the place to go, and it will get you to a PayPal link, and from there that's where you can set up a donation of any amount or a recurring donation. And there's all sorts of other information on how you can give to us as well, with clothing, time, and treasure. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you being a part of what we're doing. Please share, likes, and just subscribe and be a part of our mission, what we're doing in the community, because we help over 700 people a month, no matter what.
And Denise Blackburn said, fireworks. Thank you guys. We
And
appreciate you.
we're asking you to come alongside and help one. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.